This video, we're going to cover how to set up a automated dispatch workflow in Flight Hub 2. First things first, going to come over to the automated workflow tab, the plus button in the top right, and select auto dispatch. After you've done that, you can go ahead and confirm. For our trigger, you're going to select what folks in Flight Hub 2 you'd like to receive the notification and how long you'd like it to be present for on the screen. We're going to enable manual trigger and disable auto trigger for this example. And then we're going to give a manual trigger a name. So when you click fly to, usually by right clicking on the map, you can go ahead and select this instead. For the device assignment mode, we're going to select manual selection and then always ask to select aircraft for operation. At this point, we now have our workflow trigger set up. For the fly to task, we're assuming a 200-foot ceiling here. So we'll set up our flight altitude and return to home altitude at 189. And then our minimum destination altitude is going to be 197. When arriving at the incident point, we're going to just keep the default here of the drone being 65 feet off the center. And then for optimal route planning, this is a optional setting here, but because we don't want the drone to necessarily go higher than our ceiling in this case, we're going to disable the optimal route planning here. If you did have more room with your ceiling, you could leave this enabled, and the aircraft's going to automatically plan the optimal route. And then below this, you can simply determine if you want the recording to start as soon as the drone takes off. We'll leave that disabled. Next up, for the aircraft action, we'll just set one of the preset templates here. So fly to the destination, start recording, start orbiting at 11 miles an hour. We can determine how long we want the drone to orbit for before the orbit stops, stop recording, and then return to home. During this process, you could also take manual control of the aircraft at any time. But at this point, we're going to go ahead and save and enable the workflow. And now we can see that automated workflow is enabled. Back here on our main page, we can open up our dock here, see the live video feed. Can type in a example address here. And then we can go ahead and right click on the map and select the DFR call that we made. You can give it a custom name or just create the task. Can select our dock and assign it in. It's going to automatically open up a virtual cockpit for us. See as that loads up, we've gone ahead and initiated the takeoff. Drone's going to fly up to altitude and then fly to the incident location, which we can see we have marked on the map there. Have our street overlay on there as well. Then we can see that column for the incident location. As the drone approaches the location, it's going to go to our destination AGL and now start orbiting the incident location and recording from the camera as well. Again, we can let the drone finish the orbit here, or we can just take over manual control at any point by hitting the pause button on the POI there in the bottom right. Right, we can go between the different cameras here, but if we let it finish itself, it's just going to automatically start returning to home at our return to home altitude. You can see in AR, we have our incident task enabled, and that's what allows that red column to appear when flying to the call.